How's it going, Reject Nation? Greg Alba here.
It's going, Andrew here.
Andrew Gordon from the Movie Source channel. Thanks for being here, buddy.
You're welcome.
Andrew, what franchise did you just rewatch?
The DCEU. I mean, the MCU.
He rewatched all the MCU films recently in preparation for Infinity War, and I say, not good enough, Andrew. Now you gotta watch a supercut of all the films.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Combined into one. You gotta just recap them all.
I haven't had enough Marvel
Just
last
one
week.
more time. Just one
why
more
not?
time in 20-minute fashion. Got a lot of requests for this, especially by James Stagans over at Patreon. So Stagans, Patron of the Day shout out gonna go out to you after this video. All right, Andrew, you ready?
I'm ready, Greg.
MCU Exchange. This is the channel, people. Marvel News Desk. That's cool.
There was an idea. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people. See if they could become something more.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
See if they could work together when we needed them to.
Nice.
And fight the battles that we never could.
Star-Lord.
Well,
Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Lucy. The Road to Infinity War. Wow, this is really serious.
The Tesseract has awakened. It is on a little world, a human world. They would wield its power, but our ally knows its workings as they never will.
This must have
Ready to
bitch to edit.
begin the universe beyond.
Just phase one.
Yeah,
What can they do
it's the Avengers.
but burn?
I am Loki of
Look at
Asgard,
that face.
and I am burdened with glorious purpose,
The first main villain.
made to be ruled. It's the unspoken truth of humanity that you crave subjugation. I have seen the true power of the Tesseract, and when I wield
Blue beam in the sky.
who controls the would-be king?
I am a king, not here! You give up the Tesseract, you give up this poisonous dream! He wants to show us something!
a new universe.
You think this madness will end with your rule?
It's too late. It's too late to stop.
Leviathan.
Transformers 3.
The war.
Meets Fast and Furious. Should have happened.
Captain,
You here with a mission, sir?
Mr. Stark, you think you're the only superhero in the world?
Wow, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
More you know. Are you here to kill me, Mr. Romanoff? Because that's not going to work out.
No,
It's from The
of course
Incredible
not.
Hulk.
I'm here on behalf of S.H.I.E.L.D.
We're not going to show any Edward Norton footage.
Yeah. He'll show his movie, not him, though.
It's run by soldiers. We need a response team.
I hate that Captain America suit from the Avengers.
I'm asking, what are you prepared to do?
It's the only suit I have his I hate.
How desperate are you? You call on such lost creatures to
Yeah.
This is MO, isn't
Oh.
it? No, what are we, a team? No. We're a chemical mixture that makes chaos. We're a time.
Right now, we gotta put that behind us and get this done.
What have I to fear?
The Avengers. That's what we call ourselves. So,
That was Legolas.
you're missing the point. There's no throne. There is no version of this where you come out on top.
So
Protect
epic.
the Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
How do we do this?
As a team.
Yeah, the cube is
Oh, yeah.
together into space.
Remember how exciting that was the
That
first
was
time?
awesome. That tracking shot.
May be able to close the
Do it! No, wait. You have a missile headed straight for the city.
Stark, these things are still coming. I got a nuke coming in. It's gonna blow in less than a minute. Stark, you know that's a one-way trip.
Oh, great editing. That's great editing.
PTSD time.
Wow, this must have taken some serious storyboarding.
Nothing's been the same since New York. You experience things, and then they're over, and you still can't explain them. Gods, aliens, other dimensions. I'm just a man in a can.
I don't remember that.
Update me on your structural and compositional analysis.
The scepter is alien. The jewel appears to be a protective housing for something inside. Something powerful.
The Mind Stone.
Analyzing the gem. You have to guess. What's it look like?
Like it's thinking.
Oh, they've been building Infinity War this whole
This could be
time.
the key to creating Ultron. I see a suit of armor around the world.
Sounds like a Cold War plan.
I've seen colder. Peace in our time. Imagine that.
What is this? What is this, please? This feels weird. This feels wrong. I'm a peacekeeping program created to help the Avengers. Ultron, in the flesh. You want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change.
I remember that post-credit scene, yeah.
Yep.
The Avengers
It was
extinction.
Winter Soldier.
Whether or not he admits it, his mission is global destruction.
You two programmed him to protect the human race. He was amazingly fair.
Banner and I were doing research.
That would affect the team.
That would end the team. Isn't that the why we fight? So we can end the fight, so we get to go home? Every time someone tries to win a war before it starts, it's gonna see people die.
Every time.
To scratch the surface.
That's a good line.
To look within. How is humanity saved if it's not
Vision.
allowed to evolve?
Yeah.
You think
That was in the trailer.
How was it?
I am on the side of life. Ultron isn't. He will end it all. And he's in pain. But that pain will roll over the earth, so he must be destroyed.
You're unbearably naive.
Ooh.
Thor, I saw something in that dream. I need answers. I will find him here.
Sakaar.
You'll find it there, though.
Dude, Jeff Goldblum, of course. Gotta go where he is.
I'll take that from him first. This is peace of my time.
Ultron thinks we're monsters. They know what's wrong with the world. This isn't just about beating him. It's about whether he's right. I'm sick of watching people pay for our mistakes.
This is exactly what I wanted. How could you possibly hope this up?
Dude, the music is so epic.
Yeah, definitely.
My father lived outside the city. I thought we
Uh-oh.
would be safe there.
Cuts right to Civil War. I like that.
I could see the Iron Man from the car window. And the dust cleared.
It's Zemo
Dude,
talking.
this is like really well edited.
Yeah.
Days
Zemo.
until I found their bodies. And the Avengers, they went home.
The world owes the Avengers
Huh.
an unpayable
Ross.
debt. You have fought for us, protected us, risked your lives. For the past 4 years, you've operated with unlimited power and no.
Phase 3 might be my favorite.
That's an arrangement the
the
governments
phases?
of the world
Yeah,
can
it's
no
getting there.
longer tolerate.
It's probably there for me too.
I think we have a solution.
We need to be put in check. Whatever form that takes, I'm game.
And if we come to a decision you don't like,
And you retire.
If we sign this, we surrender
The
our right
raft.
to choose.
Tell me, Captain, do you know where Thor and Banner are?
Yeah, it's well edited. Love that.
We may not be perfect. Safest
Bucky.
humans are still on. We can't sign it.
we've made some very
Love the
public
difference of
mistakes.
idealism.
We need to win our trust back.
That's what's going on, Cap. It's just pain. If we can't accept limitations, we're boundaryless. We're no better.
Black Widow gets a lot of haircuts.
Protection.
She does. She does.
Protection. It's internment. She's not a U.S. citizen, and they don't grant visas.
First thing I say, Winter Soldier is my favorite
Give her a
look-overs.
break. I'm doing what has to be done. Stave off something.
So
worse.
crazy.
Your judgment is a excuse.
Spidey.
I'm trying to keep you from tearing the Avengers apart. You did that when you.
Yeah.
An empire doubled.
This franchise really has been led by Iron Man, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fair statement.
Vengeance has consumed you. It's consuming me. Justice will come soon.
You think you fight for us? Yes, fight for yourself. Who's going to avenge my son?
Congratulations, Cap. You're a criminal.
Criminal.
Great shot.
So how does it work now? They've gone their separate ways.
It's from the first movie.
Pretty extremely far. If we get into a situation like this again, what happens then?
They'll come back.
You really sure about that?
I am.
Why?
Because we'll need them to.
Because we'll need them to.
It's not even Josh Brolin. It's Damien Poitier. He was in Captain America: Civil War. This actor.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's the one. Drop it or I drop these. The one when Black Widow shoots him. That's the actor playing Thanos here. That's Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
that's Guardians of the
Guardians.
Galaxy. The first one. And that's Allison Hannigan's husband in real life. Little fun facts.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Do it myself.
I gotta do this trailer myself.
There are relics that predate the universe itself. Millennia ago, Malekith sought to transform
Best
the universe
MCU villain
back
ever.
to one of eternal good. Such evil was possible through the power of the ether,
Reality
ancient
Stone.
force of infinite destruction. While the other relics often appear as stones.
This is where we got our introduction of the Infinity Stones, where they're talking really about them.
It seeks out host bodies, drawing strength from their life force.
Damn.
After eternities of bloodshed, my father Born finally triumphed.
Sire of the ether, shall we destroy it?
I need to revisit this movie.
That scene was actually directed by Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool. This scene.
Somewhere no one will ever find it.
Collector. Dude, the visuals are so trippy in that movie.
To show you just how much you don't know.
Tampering with continuum
Look at that Asian actress.
I was just doing exactly what it said in the book.
Temporal manipulations can create branches in time.
Unstable dimensional openings.
Mirror dimension.
Paradoxes, time loops.
Manipulating the space-time continuum, you were breaking it.
Breaking it.
Look around you. It's over.
Dude, that's so
But
sick.
also
Oh.
the natural law. You still think there will be no consequences, Strange? No price to pay.
Dude, he's gonna be a good villain.
You always.
Star-Lord, we're going to the Power Stone
I
now.
don't even know what that is. I'm just a junker. I've had a lot of folks try to kill me over the years. I ain't about to be brought down by a tree in a talking rabbit.
I love this movie.
Oh, the first one's amazing.
You adopt the daughter
Love
of
the
the mad
first
titan Thanos.
I'm a daughter of Thanos, just like you. I'm no family to Thanos.
I trust you.
Dude, she better be the one who killed
Tell me what this was.
Thanos.
Because I'm guessing it's some kind of weapon. Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities.
And the universe exploded into existence, and the remnants of each system were forged into concentrated ingots.
The Infinite Six cannot be joined or kept apart.
The greatest power in the universe, unparalleled in its destructive capability.
Damn, it's crazy to know how like
The plan.
well strategized this franchise has been.
I noticed that when I was rewatching everything. They really set
A
things up.
whirlpool that sucks in all hope of life, and at its center is that.
It's not to walk the streets wearing an infinity stone. Tesseract is where it belongs, out of our reach.
You know why we're here.
It's not wise to keep 2 infinity stones so close together.
Do not open that orb. You know that, right? You've seen what it does to people.
The Mind Stone is the 4th of the Infinity Stones to show up in the last few years. It's not a coincidence. Someone has been playing an intricate game and has made it known to us. Once all these pieces are in position,
It's the end. The end of the path I started us on. Tell me his name again.
He's not gonna live too long.
There will be no realm, no barren moon.
He did.
Crevice where you can't fight you. Obey the storm waves in your world.
your work with the Tesseract is what drew Loki to it, and his allies. It is a signal to all the realms.
This is so well edited.
For a higher form of war.
The risk of this weapon falling into the hands of Iron.
The risk is far greater if we do nothing. His ship could be over our heads right now. We'd never even know it.
Our very strength invites challenge. Challenge incites conflict. Conflict breeds catastrophe.
We have to warn them. Billions of people will perish.
What?
Dallas never done for you.
Oh,
Why
here
would
you go.
want to save it? Because I'm one of the idiots who lives in it.
We are
Nah.
dead. Can you not see it?
Oh, it's definitely the end times.
A war is coming.
Are you afraid of it?
I wish to understand it. The more I do, the less it controls me. One day, I may even control it.
Child, my father would have Gamora and me battle one another in training. Every time my sister prevailed, my father would replace a piece of me with machinery.
Dude, she's gotta be
I
the
will
one who
hunt my
kills him.
father like a dog, and I will tear him apart slowly.
Do it. Kill him, Nebula.
Honestly, hilariously outgunned.
Who the hell are you guys?
The frickin' Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man's in this.
Defenses and get this man a shield. Call it, Captain. He fights. I'll die with the Guardian to heavy fire.
I can't wait for that scene.
We can do our best to protect him, and we can get the job done. Tear these things apart.
Oh.
Get killed. Walk it off.
The entire time I knew him, he only ever had one goal: to wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he'll do it with the snap of his fingers.
When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us. We have what Thanos wants, so that's what we use.
Let's talk about this plan of yours.
I think it's good, except it sucks. Wow. What happens now determines what happens to the rest
Dude,
of the
that battle's gonna be epic.
Man seem to have got settlers. Have power. I'm meant to be reminded what real power is. You rise, only to fall. Pretending you could live without war.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same.
Watch my friends die. I wasn't tricked, I was shown. It was a nightmare, was my legacy.
I hope they remember you. Let it run from it.
This is gonna be freaking awesome.
And depressing.
You should be.
We're the Avengers. We can bust arms dealers all the live long day, but that up there, that's nothing.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe, but this does put a smile on my face.
When the earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it.
Charles Villanueva.
Nice job, Charles.
Great job, dude.
Sure it's not Charles Xavier? Ooh. It's the Watchmen watching it, Stan Lee, I bet.
I have the same setup for when I edit.
I've seen it, people, it's sick. Oh, that was,
You can stay with us and help them. I will help them by killing Thanos.
See, she's gonna kill Thanos, I told you, man.
Here we all are, back on Earth. Nothing but our wit and our will to save the world. So stand.
Humans are odd. They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't.
Great shot.
There is grace in their fate. It's a privilege to be among them.
Scotty.
I look around at us. You know what I see? Folks who have lost stuff. Our homes. Our families. Normal lives.
Yeah, I
Life
do.
takes more than it gives, but not today. Today it's given us something. It has given us a chance to give a shit.
I have lived most of my life surrounded by my enemies. I will be grateful to die among my friends.
The brutality, the sacrifice.
He never wears that helmet.
I will protect Asgard and all the realms with my last every breath. I'd rather be a good man than a great king.
I had this dream that I was an Avenger. That I was anything more than the assassin they made.
Yeah, she does change her hair a little bit.
Unless it was for a reason. I just finally know what I have to do.
Ooh.
Why are you doing this?
We are all.
Amazing line.
Tony, we all need family. The Avengers are yours. Maybe more so than mine. My
Definitely.
faith in people, I guess. I'm happy to say that for the most part, they haven't let me down. Which is why I can't let them down either. I promise you, if you need us, if you need me, I'll be there. We'll lose. And we'll do that together too.
As a team.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to
see if we...
Wow, it's getting me kind of emotional.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles.
Oh, good transit. Good match cut.
What you did, what you were.
You are an Avenger.
Great editing. Wow.
The one song we remember from the MCU.
That was the street theme.
Wow, that was an epic ass supercut.
Yeah, it was really cool. Especially if you haven't like caught up on rewatching the movies, it kind of just jumbles it all back for you. So that's good.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot. So cool. Dude, incredible editing job. Just to break down the edit really quick. He's essentially just breaking down the phases in a really fluid notion, and sometimes he cuts back from like something that might be foreshadowed from an earlier movie or something that's going to be said in a later film and then goes back to an earlier one. And I thought that was really cool, showing just how everything's even linked. And it even made me appreciate some stuff that like Ultron even said. Because we just did a Trojan Visitor for Age of Ultron, and the portrayal of Ultron kind of let me down, but then just seeing the few lines that they featured here, you're like, maybe some of Ultron's lines are very specifically tuned for this Infinity War setup that I didn't even realize. I mean, it might just be like a coincidence of the line also of, you know, whenever you're winning, or I forget something about God throws a stone at you. But I thought that's like a great line for especially setting up all these Infinity Stones and whatnot. I love how this is like setting up like the world and the despair and the chaos, but then the ending note of it, the reasoning and the belief and the feeling of heroism in the last like 2 to 3 minutes of this edit, because this whole time it's kind of like really dark and you're feeling like the weight and the gravity of the situation. It's like you're introducing the characters, then situational stuff, and then the last 2 to 3 minutes it's like, oh yeah, the personal motivations for all these individuals who have had to rise up against really hard odds and why they're doing this. Brings you back to, this is why we're so invested in the MCU, because we love the shit out of these characters more than just the plot line. So yeah, really well done, really well done.
And I love too how we started off like showing each of the characters' struggles, and then like, you know, chronologically showing the storyline a little bit, and then building it up. Like you said, showing all these characters' motivations and why we love these characters so much, and then some really sick action sequences. And then, like you said, I love how we just cut from other lines in other films to match what we were seeing, you know, whether it was from another film or not. He really did a great job of matching those editing points, because like a lot of the dialogue just really worked with what was visually being shown.
Absolutely.
Watching Thanos, like as Thor said, like playing them as chess pieces, like you really get to see that a lot in this whole outline, because you see again that Thanos has been watching this whole time and been taking note of where all the stones are. Obviously he hasn't done anything himself, but what that from what rewatching this, I'm like, you know what? The Ancient One and Odin could be big reasons why he never tried to invade Earth and try and go after these stones. Now that they have died, maybe Earth is now for the taking a little more. With some, I mean, just watching like that, I got a lot of those kind of vibes, how Thanos is just like waiting for the perfect time to go after this.
It actually makes me appreciate the MCU even more, because
they have a plan.
Yeah, like you see that this plan's been set up from the very beginning.
Hell yeah.
We all know that. It's the clever, subtle ways of doing it. Sometimes they're a little bit more forward about it than subtle. However, like no one does it like the MCU as well as they do. Other franchises can be like way too obvious of like, dude, just stick to your freaking one movie.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, something like that. Iron Man 2 is the only one that kind of got carried away, and parts
setting up.
And parts of Age of Ultron as well. But in terms of like building up to the Infinity Stones and building up to Thanos, this franchise has been sprinkling in it throughout, and it's been in front of us the entire time.
Yeah.
So even if you're not a comic book reader, going back and just watching the Supercut makes you go, wow, Infinity War is the culmination.
And and just to add to your point, they do things in their films like lines wise or visual images where they show you or say something that's going to happen in the future. For instance, in Iron Man 1, where Terrence Howard, not Don Cheadle's Jim Rhodes, he says, Whiplash 1, what is it? Whiplash is the villain we see in Iron Man 2. We see in Captain America the Winter Soldier, we see Agent Sitwell saying, you, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange. She's talking about Stephen Strange. Pictures of Wakanda, I mean, and also Bucky. 3 different films where he's had Cap Shield, which tells me one day he'll be Captain America. But again, they do these little subtle things or right in your face things where it doesn't hurt the current storyline.
Right.
But they do a subtle way of when it does happen in the future, like, they set that up, they sprinkled it like they put a little seed in the ground, and then it just blossomed into a beautiful flower, and like they're good about that stuff. Even continuity wise, we pointed out something when we watched Spider-Man Homecoming. No, we're not going to talk about the 8 years later. They screwed that up, but we are going to talk about that black eye. When he had that black and blue eye, like that was the exact same spot that Bucky put that mark. They just do such a good job of paying attention to these little integral things. Those little things matter to me, like where a black and a blue mark is, and I just love how much the filmmakers, Kevin Feige, the Russo brothers, all of them, I just love how much that they put so much care and effort into this universe.
I literally just finished reading the Infinity Gauntlet comic book. There's way more characters and a lot more things that play in. It's not going to be accurate to the comic book. All I care about is that they keep the essence of Thanos.
No, it's got to be comic book accurate.
yeah. I just care that they keep the essence of the characters. Nebula does play a big part in the finale of that comic book. I'm kind of hoping that they do utilize her in taking on Thanos. I think like they're probably going to lose in this one.
Of course.
And then because there's a part 2 to this. Yeah, there's a part 2 to this which will have a spoiler in its title, so we're waiting on that.
Captain Marvel is going to come to save the day.
Yeah, it's going to be a setup for them to have a victory in Avengers 4. I am hoping that they do get to utilize Nebula in a better way, because I'm not a big fan of her right now in terms of how she's been portrayed in the movies. In terms of like comic book accuracy, I'm hoping that Nebula is going to play a part in helping take down Thanos, especially because her and Gamora arguably have the more personal vendetta with Thanos out of everyone else.
As well as the other, the Black Order, Ebony Maw, Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, and
I'm talking about,
but yeah, no, in terms of the Avengers,
in terms of like the personal
issues
with that.
I just meant his children, but yes, no, I agree with you. And again, I'm not going to say the film's a bust if it doesn't happen in the fourth one, but I personally, from the story after rewatching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and what we just heard in that clip, hearing Nebula, like how Thanos ripped off body parts of hers whenever she lost to Gamora, I want to see her be the one who puts the final killing into Thanos in the fourth film when that happens. Personally, that's what I would like to see, just from Thanos not ever believing that she was her equal, to Gamora saying Gamora's her favorite daughter. There's a lot of personal vendetta from not only obviously Gamora, because she lost her family too, she's got a lot to hate Thanos for, but ripped off her body parts and was replacing them. So like she's got the ultimate motivation of revenge, and who, at least for me, who I want to see ultimately take down Thanos.
The one with the most personal issue, and in the comic book she does manage to like actually take the Infinity Gauntlet from him, and which is a really cool moment in the comic book itself. I don't think it's going to go down that path in the movie.
Of course, it better be Black Widow.
Yeah, right. So it better be Wong.
It's Hawkeye. That's why they're not showing him. Ronin, baby.
He never anticipated the arrows. I'm really excited for this, and this supercut I think is amazing because it's edited so well and communicates all 3 phases well enough to the point where if you don't have time to binge, you can just watch this 20-minute video and you'll be all caught up.
Yeah, and also too, you made a point. You said the Marvel 3 or Phase 3 is your favorite phase so far, and I think from a villain's perspective, I beyond have to agree with that perspective. Like in my opinion, the villains of Marvel Phase 3 are outstanding.
Much better.
They're really good.
Killmonger, Vulture,
Hela, also Zemo.
Captain America Winter Soldier seems to be like people's favorite movie. Some of the phase might have arguably a better installment, but I think in terms of a whole phase, I think Phase 3 hasn't had a misstep.
Yeah, no, and I think...
Except for how I feel about Guardians of the Galaxy.
I knew you were going to say that. That film is definitely not on the level of the first Guardians, but I mean, look, I'd say my only issue with that is what he did with Ego going on Star-Lord, but that's a different discussion. But no, I agree with you. For the most part, Phase 3 has been just about perfect, and I rewatched Thor Ragnarok even the other day. That film is so freaking brilliant. Like the 80s vibe theme in there, the 80s synthetic music, the comedic tone, like it really almost feels like a reboot of the Thor franchise in general. But Phase 3 has been great, and again, I just love how this whole thing just captures everything like in 20 minutes and just like really packs it all into something that's very organic, epic, and awesome visually.
Absolutely. Well, dude, this was a great edit. Thank you to the channel MCU Exchange, guys. You should subscribe to them. I don't know why they only have 20K followers. They should have more. And hey, patron of the day, shout out for James Stagans. Staganator, my man, all the way in that boring ass state you live in, dude. You got to get out of there. Come to LA.
It's very cheap to live here.
Get off. Yeah, it's so much more affordable than where you're at. Get off the cigarettes, man. You're gonna die early. You're a patronage and you've been a loyal follower. I want you to keep staying around.
Should we tell the audience that Marlboro is sponsoring this?
Marlboro is sponsoring us. guys.
Don't smoke cigarettes. I
Don't
guess.
smoke cigarettes, though. That's what they wanted me to communicate. See, James, if you die early, we're going to lose your pledge on Patreon. And we can't afford to lose that. Seriously, tight times in the economy of YouTube. So please.
Don't be selfish, James.
Yeah, and if you quit smoking cigarettes, that money can go towards increasing your pledge.
Do it for the real rejects, man.
It's all about
Not for your
serving
family.
us. Anyway, we'll see you on a Google Hangout later, buddy. Guys, you can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell so subscribe buttons mean something. And check us out on Patreon. Full-length TV show reactions, weekly Q&As. Become a Patron eject today, people.